Hello and welcome to Tasting with Matt and Mike. I'm Mike Veach and this is Matt Kohorst, my partner in crime
Howdy.
and co-conspirator. Today we've been joined by Peter Reinhardt, our brother-in-law, I guess we could look at it this way.
Bourbon enthusiast
Bourbon
as well.
enthusiast and everything. And today we're going to be tasting finished whiskeys. Now, I'm not generally a huge fan of finished whiskeys because so many of them are using the finishing product to overwhelm the flavor of the original whiskey, usually because the whiskey is not that good to start with.
Mm-hmm.
But what we have today are three products from the Nelson Greenbrier Distillery. The Spanish Brandy finished, the Sherry Cask finished, and the Madeira Cask finished. And I've always liked their products because they understand that it's more important to have the finishing process complement the whiskey rather than overpower it. And they do a very good job at that.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one we got is the Spanish Cask finished, Spanish Brandy, I should say.
Spanish Brandy.
It's 118.8 proof. No age statement on it because you aren't supposed to put an age statement on finished products anymore.
Why is that?
Because supposedly what they're saying is that the aging stops when you take it out of its original cask. When you put it in a secondary cask, it no longer counts.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So you can't put age statements on it. Well, a lot of them get around it by saying this whiskey is 6 years old, then finished in.
Oh, so they use some verbiage.
So they use some verbiage to do
Yeah.
it.
All right.
So the first one we have here, you tell the color. I mean, that's almost coffee colored. Very, very red, dark.
Mm-hmm.
The nose. Oh, lots of caramel. Wow.
Yeah.
And then you get that fruit, raisins, cherries, raspberry.
That brandy fruit.
Yeah. But I mean, it just smells sweet.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Pete?
I'm getting a lot of the fruit. I haven't really gotten any of the caramel yet, but it definitely smells like brandy.
I think as it opens up, you'll get more caramel. So, Pete, what you might want to try is warming it, covering the glass and holding it against your body to let it warm, and it will let the aromatics release better into the whiskey.
Okay.
Now try it. I definitely got more of it. It's almost like caramelized peaches.
Yeah, I'm getting like peaches, huh?
Yeah, or something along those lines. It's
Yeah.
like a peach upside down cake.
Hmm.
Yeah, my mom used to make those all the time when I was a kid.
I'm getting caramel and raisins.
Caramel and raisins. Yeah, there's definitely still like raisins and, like I said, some berries, kind of raspberry,
Yeah.
blackberry, maybe a little dates.
Mm-hmm. I'm getting just a hint of like chocolate, just a hint there.
Just a
It's
hint.
more caramel,
Yeah,
caramel mocha, a little
yeah.
berries.
It's a dark chocolate though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're talking. To me, it's like an 80% dark chocolate.
It smells like a dessert.
Yeah. So let's taste it. Oh, that fruit really comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Very brandy-like.
Mm-hmm.
But you still taste the bourbon.
You still taste the bourbon, which is nice. Like you said, a lot of these finished, whiskeys, yeah, the wine just overtakes. And
Right.
I guess they, like you said, they want to do it to hide the bourbon, but do they also want to like create another
Well-
profile or like in like more?
I
people?
think most of them that are so dominant on the finishing is that the whiskey that they bought, that they sourced, just wasn't that good.
Mhm.
And they need to add that other to cover up the bad parts of the whiskey that they get.
Yeah.
That's not the case with this. I mean, this is a very good bourbon. You can tell that.
Mhm.
I mean,
Complex.
complex.
Yeah.
I really got the chocolate, particularly on the finish. I'm still getting like a dark chocolate and oak finish.
Yeah. Yeah, strong finish. I guess that comes with it. It's a higher proof, so
Yeah.
kind of lingers with you.
I got a very fruity brandy at the beginning, and then it was like kind of like how a chocolate, when you get the chocolate first, and the inside you're getting whatever that candy fruit flavor that's inside it. That's kind of what I thought it was. But the bourbon was the center of the.
You've been in the Navy. You've probably tasted those German candies that you get. That's the chocolate with the liqueurs on the inside. That's what it kind of reminds me of. A dark chocolate with a bourbon brandy liqueur on the inside.
Exactly, because it was the whiskey, the bourbon at the end that
You're right.
you tasted the chocolate, you tasted the wood, the oak, and it's very delicious.
Yeah. So let's try it with a cranberry and see what it does here.
Thank you.
Oh, that changes it. Not near as much of the caramel chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
The fruit does become more of like a peach,
Mm-hmm.
more of a tart fruit, maybe like a tart raspberry.
I could go with that. Yeah. I'm getting like a little bit of blackberry still.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's very tart.
Yeah.
The thing is that the sugars of the cranberry actually takes the sweetness out of
Right.
the whiskey.
I would say for me, I like it better without the cran.
Right.
Yeah, because I think just the flavors of the whiskey come through a little better, you know, with the just with the neat.
So let's try it with a pecan.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. It kind of it was like toasted toasted nut raisin bran or something.
Yeah.
You know, like
Toast and raisin bread.
there you go.
Raisin
bread,
cinnamon
yeah.
bread,
Yeah.
you know, that you get. You
Yeah.
toast it.
Or like this raisin bran cereal.
Yeah.
I felt like it was. I only tasted pretty much the whiskey. I didn't get the brandy or any of the fruit.
Yeah, the bourbon definitely comes through stronger with the pecan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I get the fruit, but it's on the finish.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm getting a little bit of that raisin, chocolate-covered raisinettes
Yeah,
on the finish
Yeah.
with the oak.
Overall, really liked it. I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna have it neat. Yeah, that's for me. That's
Yeah, I think I would.
with that one.
But you know what it might be good in if you did like a wassail punch.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You
The
know, something like
spices.
a hot apple cider spiced with some spices.
Mhm. No, that could be good.
And
Yeah.
pour a little of this in.
That blend well to the fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the second one we have is the sherry, or no. Let's go to the sherry. I got these in the wrong order. Let's go to the sherry cask, because this is actually the first one that they released. And you can tell that because it has an age statement on it. Before they changed the rule saying that you can't put an age statement on a finished product. So we've had this one for a while. This is a sherry cask, aged 9 years. The whiskey was 9 years old before they did it. This is batch number 7, bottle number 899, and it's the sherry cask. And let's see, where's the proof on this? There it is. 90.4 proof.
It's a lower proof. on
Lower
this one.
proof than what we just tasted. I really like this whiskey, but I've got a sentimental reasons for liking this whiskey. This is the one of the whiskeys that I first poured for Rosemary when we first met.
Oh wow. Very nice.
So,
Any reason why?
because they had it at the bar that we're at's no longer around. Is Asiatique went out of business a couple of years ago.
That place, yeah.
But they had some of this, and I told her, I said, "This is really good. We should try it." And she agreed to try it, and she really liked it. And the rest is
Little piece
history.
of history, yeah.
Not as dark a color as that first one.
No.
It is more of just a true amber instead of a dark
Mhm.
amber red coffee colored.
Do you think that has something to do with like the proofage or just like the sherry or?
I think it's a little bit of both. You know, there's been more water added to this,
Mm-hmm.
lower proof. Plus, I think the sherry cask, this has probably been used a few more times than the Spanish brandy cask that we've got there, so you're not getting as much of the brandy out of the wood.
Mm-hmm.
But the nose on this, I'm getting caramel and citrus.
Mm-hmm. It's more mellow than the last one,
Mhm.
of course, but
Still get a little bit of that raisin, which is, you know, coming from that sherry.
I mean,
Little oak.
like for me, I'm getting like oak, almost like a berry, but I almost getting like strawberries. Almost.
Strawberries, I can see that.
I'm getting citrus and
Citrus definitely too, yeah.
hint of caramel.
Like a nice tangerine citrus.
And
not
just
like
a
lemon
hint of
citrus.
baking spices. It's not a distinct baking spices, but think of, you know, in the kitchen cooking Christmas cookies and that baking spice aroma.
Smells great.
Yeah. So let's taste it.
That's delicious.
That is, yeah. I
It is
mean,
delicious. It really is.
I mean, you get that little bit of root of the raisin fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, maybe strawberry is a good
It
strawberry,
could be, yeah.
raspberry, something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of like cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice type flavor. A little oak. Then that finish becomes this oaky with just a little bit of spice and a little bit of fruit.
Mm-hmm. This is one where like it is fruit forward, but in a great way, you know, and that's a rarity for, you know, like these.
Yeah, I know, because you like your spicy bourbons.
Yes, yeah, but this one like blends very well. Just everything's blended together perfectly. Yeah, wow, they really got it right with this bottle, for sure.
What do you think, Pete?
I like it. The strawberry I got at the end. I didn't get it until the aftertaste. It's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The flavors are there, but they're all subtle.
Right.
yeah, yeah.
So let's see what a cranberry does for it. Adding the sugar to it should be interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Definitely get that strawberry fruit,
Mm-hmm. It kicks the fruit
Raspberry.
in even higher. Yeah.
but the cinnamon just boom to me. I mean, I'm still getting cinnamon on the finish.
Mm-hmm.
They were all a lot stronger than they were without it.
Right.
But the cinnamon, and I would say I'm even getting wood,
Yeah.
the oak in there too,
Mhm.
as stronger than the fruit, even though the fruit did pick up.
Right.
Yeah, it enhanced it. I would say that's a
That's a good combo.
good combo. Yeah.
So let's see what a pecan does for it. That's interesting. That really brought out the caramel and the vanilla to me.
Yeah, it kind of muted the fruit.
Muted the fruit. The spice is still there.
The spices up there. Yeah.
Not as strong spice as the cranberry.
No, but the fruit's gone.
Right.
Yeah, the fruit's pretty much
And on the finish, it's oak with a little bit of, I want to say milk chocolate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and a hint of like I would almost say like a white peppery.
Yeah.
Very pepper at the end, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Nice finish.
Save this one and let it sit for a minute.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's set it down and see what it does. So, the last one is the Madeira finished. Finished in Malmsey Madeira cask bourbon. It's once again 90.4 proof. No age statement, of course, because this came out after they said you can no longer put that into it. But this is actually Rosemary's favorite of the two.
Okay.
I don't know if she's ever tried the Spanish brandy cask finish.
No.
'Cause,
I would recommend it. It's not bad.
yeah. So let's.
As far as wine goes, I don't think I've ever had Madeira wine before.
You know, once again, this is a real red amber.
Mm-hmm. What'd you say the proof on this was?
Same as the last one, 90.4.
Okay.
The nose.
Looks similar.
Oh,
Smells different.
Oh yeah, the nose, that fruit. But it's a very different fruit. First of all, you get a little chocolate.
Mm-hmm. It's not a sweet fruit, you know.
No. And the fruit to me is ripe apple, maybe pear.
Pear.
Yeah, it's.
And there's a little bit of date.
I could almost say like. This is you get that hint of fruit, but man, it's almost more like a bourbon.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah, you get that bourbon.
It's muted.
You get that corn and the rye and the bourbon flavors, nose coming through, the aromas.
Mm-hmm.
So let's taste it.
Yeah, it's like I'm getting that hint of fruit, but like it tastes like your classic bourbon almost. Like
Right.
you've got like that. Like there's a hint of, for me it's a hint of cherry, and then
And cherry.
yeah, and then you get that.
See, I'd say
that-
dates.
Dates. Yeah, that's pretty close. Yeah, like
Yeah,
dates
because
and
you know,
cherry is
dates
pretty
has that
close, yeah.
cherry, but it's also, to me, a date is like a really dark brown sugar coated cherry.
Yeah. Yes.
That's
Yeah.
what a date tastes
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, and like exactly. So I'm getting like brown sugar, like the classic
Yeah.
like bourbon flavors. You get the vanilla, a little hint of caramel, you know, and
You get a little bit of spice on the finish, but the
spice.
spice is like cardamom,
Mhm.
little citrus, little pepper.
Yeah, so I think this really lends to the letting that bourbon come through. You know,
Yeah,
letting the actual
This is the most bourbon taste.
yeah.
right. Very good. You know, so
It's really good.
so let's see what a cranberry does for it. Oh, that's interesting. Took the spice right out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely ripe pear.
Definitely.
Ripe pears, vanilla, caramel.
Mm-hmm.
To me, the caramel's the strongest, with vanilla
Yeah.
being the next, and it's not
Yeah.
that far behind it.
Right.
Yeah.
Think of a caramelized pear served over vanilla ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah, and like the finish is,
Yeah.
and there's a little bit of but it's almost non-existent. As
Well,
far as,
it's
like-
not dry.
Yeah.
It's very fruity and sweet to me.
Right,
And
yeah.
I'm still getting that fruity.
Yeah, and you're so like and you're so used to like that, the peppery finish.
For me, it's just a pear at the finish.
Yeah.
Very sweet, yeah.
But it's long, lingering.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
You.
butter and pear, and that pecan oak nuttiness. Maybe even a little hazelnut instead of,
Yeah, it brings out the finish.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
particularly on the finish, yeah. Well, man, I'm gonna let this sit for a while. Well, I'm gonna come back and see what it does after it's sit for a while, like we did with
Great,
the.
yeah, great idea.
So let's go back to the sherry after it's set. What, a couple of minutes here?
Couple minutes here, yeah.
Oh wow, the brown sugar just really comes out on the nose.
Yeah, I mean, to anybody that doesn't drink bourbon as often as we do, one of the best tricks is just to let it sit.
Let it sit.
Just let it sit.
If you don't like it when you first taste it, let it sit for
Let it
5
sit.
minutes and try it again.
I mean, just
If you
nose
still
it.
don't like it, let it sit for another 5 minutes. If you still don't like it after that, throw it away.
That's right. That smells amazing.
Yeah. So let's taste it.
That's good.
Wow. It's still good.
Yeah, it's good stuff. All right.
Well, shall we go back and finish? Look at the Madeira and see what it. Actually, to me, I think I got fruitier as it opened up.
Mm-hmm. Almost give it a little.
Yeah, let's warm it a bit and see what
Yeah,
it does.
it's not fair. I didn't get enough time.
Yeah, we didn't give it as much time as we did the Madeira or the sherry.
There you go.
Yeah. You know what the first thing that struck my mind there was? Cotton candy.
Yeah. So what would you say? Like, what's your favorite of the three?
That's tough. You know, maybe it's just because I've got the sentimental attachment to it. I still like the sherry.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think the sherry was my favorite as well.
What about you, Pete?
I'm gonna have to go with the first one.
The Spanish brandy?
Spanish brandy.
That's.
But that's a close. I mean, those.
I wouldn't say no to any of the three.
No. Delicious cask strength. Well, not cask strength, but cask.
Yeah.
Yeah, wine cask.
So,
Whiskeys.
cheers.
Cheers.
Till next time. Pete, come back and join us again.